fall. I had got one of those mounts that you can attach to the windshield, so I hope it don't fall. I've been using it for a few days and it's been okay, but I hope it don't fall while I'm on live. But I am on my lunch break. And this morning I was on live, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it, so I didn't save it. So I did mention in my live that I wanted to find some interesting topics to talk about. And one of them I came up with, I thought it would kind of fit with what's going on, and with our economy, jobs, and everything. But it'll be like a story time / maybe something that hey, Nikki. Nikki, I'm on break, girl. I'm trying to get my watch hours up, girl. You know how that go. Oh, this is going to be saved, but follow my friend Nikki Southern Belle on YouTube. She's a smaller content creator such as myself, so go ahead and follow. And for anybody else that is a smaller content creator like myself and you need to, bring up your subscribers and watch hours, let me know. Just comment and I will support. Me too. I have 10 more minutes. Oh, okay. Wait, 10 more minutes? What you mean 10 more minutes? With what? Oh, for break? You mean for break? I think you mean with break. I go back at 1. Well, actually a little bit sooner than that so I can get on the elevator. But I thought that the topic I have to talk about will kind of fit with what's going on with the economy. Okay, on your break. Okay, I got you. So if you are currently unemployed and you have either some experience in the healthcare field, or even if you don't, but you're looking for something to do like a certification, I would recommend being certified when it comes to nursing, a nursing assistant. So I got my CNA when I was in high school. I believe it was my senior year of high school. So I got it pretty early. And being a certified nursing I had to respond real quick. I don't know how that works if you get a call coming in, but I want to finish this live. But if you are looking for a certification that isn't too expensive, go ahead and become a certified nursing assistant, but be sure that you do your research. So like I said before, sorry, I had a call come in. I got my CNA when I was a senior in high school. And the reason I was actually interested in getting it was because, I knew I was going to college. I knew early on I needed some income. My family didn't have it like that. I knew I just needed some money. So if you are a college student, this applies to you. If you're someone who is unemployed, you got a few dollars. Hi, Naveed Atari. How are you doing? You're looking to make some money, then becoming a CNA, I highly recommend. So the test was not difficult at all. I had to take the written test. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? I had to take the written test and also a part where I make hi, Dobby, where there's actually a part that you have to demonstrate certain things like how to make the bed, taking someone's blood pressure. But this is something that you should look into if you even want to pursue becoming a registered nurse later on. A lot of people, before they become registered nurses, they actually are CNAs. So they kind of start from, or a patient care tech, which I feel is like the same thing. And then they go ahead to LPN, and then they go and get their RN and pursue they go and venture out and, get some more license under their belt. So I was working in Tallahassee. I got my experience in Tallahassee, I ended up going to Florida A&M University, and I ended up passing the CNA. It's not difficult, in my opinion, whatsoever. It's not difficult. You just have to make sure that, of course, you know what you're doing with any field. You have to make sure you know what you're doing. So, of course, you need to learn how to take a patient's blood pressure, their vitals, because you want to report that to the nurse. And areas or places you could work in is like nursing homes, hospitals. I recommend to the hospital compared to the nursing home. I'm sorry. Based on my experience, I have several experience in different like facilities, nursing homes, hospitals, you name it. And when I tell you, some of the nursing homes, hey, you see you. I don't know what you mean, Sly. What do you mean? I know y'all can see me on here. I haven't really like utilized live like that, but I'm pretty sure I'm seen, or hopefully you see me. But I'm in the car right. I'm in that car right there. What you mean? Who is this? You know what? let me just keep talking. But yeah. Sorry, I got an awkward message. But yeah, so the nursing homes, it's just, I know the ones that I worked at, they weren't the best. They weren't the best as far as different people I was working with. The attitudes was on 10 when it shouldn't have been. The facility wasn't the cleanest, but when I did work in hospitals, I didn't have to, it has some of its pros and cons, but to me, there's more pros when it comes to working in a hospital compared to when you're working in a nursing home. So just look into it. I think that you should also, if you are interested in getting it, also make sure that you keep it up to date. Make sure you renew it. I have to renew mines. I don't think it's expensive, like as far as now. I think right now it should cost like about $200 or so. And I think you can challenge the test as well. Like I said earlier, I did do it my senior year, and I went ahead, and I believe they did cover the test as well. I don't remember. I can't think that far back, not too far back. I don't want to seem like I'm, um, like I'm in my 70s or whatever. But I'm like, oh, all the way back then. But no, but I think it's a good field to go into. Another thing is, if you want to go into, the CNA field or whatever the case may be, make sure you have an idea of what you want to do, like the reason you want to do it. Do you want to pursue, nursing later on? What is it that you want to do? The reason I bring that question up is because I met, like when I was in undergrad, I met a lot of women who were CNAs, and they said that they were doing it for over 20 years or so. 20 years or so that they were, CNA. No judgment or anything, but in my mind, the way I'm thinking is, if you're going to be doing this type of hard work, because it's physical labor. You're learning how to turn the patient. You're learning how to change them. You're using a lot of your body mechanics to make sure you're not hurting yourself in the process, but you're doing all of that hard physical labor. Not saying that RNs don't do labor as well, physical labor as well, but it's more so on the CNAs, like you're assisting, of course. But if you're going to be doing all that, you might as well just go ahead and pursue and get your RN. Why not? Why not, if you can make more money? So I think it's a good idea to get it, to have something under your belt. I know I keep mine renewed, because with this economy, I believe any type of certification you have, not just CNA, you should be sure that you have it up to date, because you don't know if your job today might say, you know what, we don't need your services any longer, or whatever the case may be. But I remember some of the horror stories I had, because you got to get ready. You got to know the type of people that you're going to be working with. When I say I had worked with some of the most interesting people, slight story time. I went to go work in a nursing home, and it was in the hood. And when I tell you, the women just weren't the nicest. It's another story time I want to give, but that's for another day. The women were not the nicest. I remember there was a woman, I only had been working there for like, I think a week or so. Something was up with the toilet or whatever. And I'm like, oh, like, what do we do when the toilet isn't working in a patient's room? Like, how to put a maintenance request in, or who is on responsible for that. Do you know that lady told me to go get a glove, put the glove on. She was like, oh, the CNAs are the ones responsible for that. Oh, you should put the glove on and basically remove the blockage. Like, and she was an older woman. Why? Why be like that? Why? You understand? Like, that don't even make any sense. So things like that, you'll deal with like some people who aren't the nicest. They got an attitude, but don't let that stop you from what you want to go after. It's been several moments like that, but I don't want to focus on those type of story times. A lot more negative than positive, but I'm being realistic with you. But you can also use your CNA to get private clients, because there are some people out there, they're willing to pay you. You could create your own hourly wage that you want to be paid. But if you're like, hey, I'm charging $20 an hour or whatever the case may be, they'll be willing to pay that as long as they see your resume, and you fit everything that they're looking for. You can create your own hourly wage. So there are several places that you can work at. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. I've been one for, I think about 17 years, or I've had the certification, I think, for 17 years or so, something around there, 15 to 17 years. I don't remember. And it came in handy. Like, it really helped me pay for food when I was in school, pay for clothes, or pay for some of my books. Like, it really kept me afloat. And when you're a college student, you need all the assistance that you can get. Okay. Like, all the assistance you can get. So like I said, if you're someone going into college and you need some income, go ahead, do that. I highly recommend it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But I'm about to return this call. Hope y'all enjoy this live, or you take whatever information. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But I think I'm going to do this like every lunch, like just go on live. It has me look forward to something. Like I said, I'm not accustomed to being on live, but I kind of like it. I'm getting used to it. I'm learning how to work certain things. It don't take much, but yeah. So I will see y'all later.